Well, hello, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, lads and ladesses, friends and neighbours. I'm doing a bit of a makeshift video at the moment on this one. Not really with a planned agenda. It's just that I came across something that confirmed a story that I heard way back in November, so a couple of months ago, when an Israeli football team was playing against the vaunted British Aston Villa. Although I don't know for certain, I'm assuming that the match was being played at Villa Park. And the connection that I'm making to this video is the fact, excuse me, as many of you will know, I've been having some bronchial problems recently, so forgive me if I cough from time to time. I do beg your pardon. I've been running a series called Cops Out of Control. The reason I've got involved in that is because I'm sick to death of seeing videos on TV and YouTube and various other reports one way or another of police brutality in the UK, across Europe, Australia particularly, and of course, where would we be without the brutality of the police in the United States of America, where the problem is absolutely rife. So I've got into that, and I came across a story that triggered me off like I said, a couple of months ago, about this football match between I think it was Tel Aviv and Aston Villa in the Europa League, and suddenly the West Mercia or West Midlands police, a British police force, including the West Yorkshire Constabulary, I believe, were involved. They all got their heads together and said, we're going to ban all Jews from attending the game. No Jewish people allowed. Wow. No Jewish people allowed. I mean, what are we all supposed to do? We're going to go back to Nazi Germany time and start wearing the Star of David on our chest? As you can see, right behind me, I've got the Lion of Judah. I'll wear the Lion of Judah on my back if if the stinking cops in various parts of the world want to finger me as a Jewish person. No problem. I don't mind. Usually wherever I go, I wear my yarmulke. Or kippah, as some people call them, my little skull cap, which I'm not wearing at the moment because, believe it or not, I am in what has for the last 2.5 years down here in the Philippines been my workshop, and I'm putting in a late shift tonight because my wife has been working extremely hard all day doing the floor, which meant I couldn't do very much, so I'm making up for it with this late night thing. And just so you can have a look, I'll just pick up the camera and let you take a look around, so you can see we're in a state of preparing to to move in, really. This eventually will be my lounge and my dining room, and hopefully over there in the corner I'll have a little place to do my videos. I can have my little office over there as well. But that's if we've got enough room, and if all things permitting, it seems like a reasonable thing to do. I have the same thing at my desk in my home in Spain, where we'll be heading back there in about 12 days' time. So to get back to our story, I wanted to get into this, and I'll tell you who it came from that triggered me off again. Was Katie Hopkins. Now, if somebody asked me, do I like Katie Hopkins, I think I'd have to say, yeah, I do, with reservations. She's a bit in your face and a bit vulgar sometimes for my liking. But I'm a Christian, I'm a Messianic Jew, but sometimes vulgarity doesn't work very well for me. But I thought I might indulge myself in a little bit of vulgarity tonight when talking to the British police. What a bunch of stinking low-life scumbag communist Nazi dogs you are. The reason they banned the Jews from watching their own team play football at Aston Villa was because they couldn't control the Muslims. Well, isn't that new? Can't control the Muslims. Come to Israel, we'll show you how to control them. Every time the Muslims do something nasty to us, we do it back. Only we let them know that we're better at it than they are. Yet the British, what a shame they didn't get you in 1946 at Nuremberg, because you're all a bunch of Nazis. And you black shirt police, because you notice that the police in Great Britain have stopped wearing blue, they're now wearing black. Black shirts and black everything, just like the Nazis did. All they're missing now is the swastika on their armband, and there they are. So I wanted to indulge myself in that little bit of vulgarity and call them a bunch of dogs, because that's what they are, for preventing peace-loving Jewish fans watching their beloved football team partake in a football match against the remarkably good football team of Aston Villa. They are very good, aren't they? And they have been very good. They've been the first-class team for, well, ever since I can remember. Excuse me. So I wanted to say that, but I also want to say something else. Britain has turned down a very dangerous road. You've got a Prime Minister who is a sworn globalist. Globalist is just another name for communist, and that's what he is. And I also want to reiterate about him and his lunatic leftist party, the Communists of Britain, commonly known as the Labour Party. It doesn't look anything like the Labour Party that I remember, you know, Harold Wilson and Jim Callaghan and Dennis Healey. I remember them. They may not have been entirely out of the top drawer, but they were fairly decent people. But this guy and his cronies in Parliament now, all they cared about is power, which is what Nazis and communists cared about most. And by the way, let me get this straight right from the start, so I don't get too many comments trying to correct me about something that most people unfortunately seem to get wrong. Nazis and leftist communists are the same thing. Now, you've been led to believe by the lunatic left that Nazism is the extreme right, and nothing could be further from the truth. Nazism is the extreme left. Think about the word. It's two German words, actually. Nazism, Nazis, stands for National Socialism. Since when was socialism anything except the extreme left? So before I start getting a lot of phone calls or a lot of comments or a lot of emails trying to say, hey, you're wrong about this, it's the Nazis are the far right. They're not. They're the far left, just like communists. Excuse me again. And you need to get this on board. This guy is a Nazi. His team are a bunch of Nazis, and they've been chosen because they're Nazis. And you watch, he will undoubtedly be off wagging his leftist tail to the left, off to Davos, to the World Economic Forum, to speak to his boss, Klaus Schwab, about how they can bring about globalism, bring about a new global society where everybody will be equal, except them. They'll be more equal than we are. Where you will own nothing and you will be happy. That's what Starmer is. He's a Nazi. He's a communist. He's a leftist. He's a globalist. He's a scumbag. And Katie Hopkins actually put me onto something that I've considered this for a long time. And Katie Hopkins just voiced it. And I thought I would mention it too. The lunatic left, what they do is they try to show that they're listening to the people. Now, you may have noticed that they were trying to perform an act of extortion on British farmers with inheritance tax. And then suddenly there was a big protest, and well, lo and behold, the government, listening to the people, they did a U-turn. Oh, did they? Did they really do a U-turn? You see, if you look at the number of U-turns this government have made, I think it's something like 16 or 17, maybe 18 different U-turns that they've made in their political agenda. They're not U-turning at all. This is what they do. They throw this outrageous garbage at you and wait for you to protest. And then they turn it around, do a massive U-turn and say, look, we listen to the people. You say, we said we wanted to do this, and you said, no, we don't want that, and we listened to you. Therefore, you can trust us. Don't fall for it. It's how they sucker you in, and eventually they get their leftist menu and they jam it down your throat, whether you like it or you choke on it. but you will end up a leftist. Your children will be indoctrinated in school. They will not be educated. They will be brainwashed until the next generation comes along and they don't vote anything except left. It's almost happened in the United States before the advent of the saving grace of Donald J. Trump, who, thank goodness, allowed the United States to dodge a bullet when they failed to elect Hillary rotten Clinton, because God alone only knows what sort of situation the United States of America would be in today if Hillary Clinton had had 2 terms as president in the White House. I shudder to think the state that America would be in today. Believe me when I tell you, Donald J. Trump is not the answer to everything that's wrong. He's not a global panacea for everything that ails the world. He isn't. He makes mistakes. He's human just like anybody else, but his heart's in the right place. And Hillary Clinton doesn't have a heart. And Hillary Clinton and Keir Starmer, the 2 peas from the same pod, they are exactly the same. They're in it for themselves. They're in it for what they can get out of it for themselves and the elitist left. And they're in it to make sure that you do as you're told, whether you like it or not. So, look, I thought I'd just come on, and because I saw the link between the out-of-control police, who are working for the government, of course, and some of the terrible things that they do. And I'd like to hear from the police in Great Britain. Would you like to send me an email? Or just comment on my video. Let me know if you want my next time I visit the UK, I'll wear the Star of David, if you like, if that would make you feel better. Or perhaps it wouldn't make you feel better because you won't be able to control your Muslims, will you? There we are. That's about it. It's a good place to end, really. It's a terrible situation that the world finds itself in politically. It is nice to see, however, that there is a turn towards sanity taking place in the Middle East. Thank goodness the Persian people, formerly the Iranian people and formerly Persian people, they will become whatever they want to become. They will decide if they want to revert to calling themselves Persians or if they want to continue to call themselves Iranians. But one thing's for sure, they're going to be a free people, they're going to be a democracy, and they're going to be friends of Israel. And that speaks volumes. This is going to upset millions of Muslims all over the world who only seek war with Israel. And of course, they want to involve their puppets, like the states of Europe and especially Great Britain, in that kind of hatred which the police demonstrated at the Tel Aviv and Aston Villa game. So anyway, I don't know about that actually. I don't know if it was Tel Aviv or it was Aston Villa, but I think it was. If it wasn't, you can correct me. I don't mind being corrected. You can tell me anything you want to tell me. I'm just going to say one more thing before I go. Very, very shortly, as my condition gets a little bit better and I'm working a bit more and I'm starting to feel stronger again. And at my age, that's pretty good. It's now 2 minutes to midnight. 2 minutes after midnight. I'm going to be 74 years old. It's my birthday tomorrow. So I think I'll celebrate my birthday by making a video on the Christian Nation blog, and let's hear the word of the Lord. And I'll be back doing that as soon as I possibly can. Until then, thanks for being with me. Goodbye for now, and God bless you.